Bradley, I'm an extreme endurance athlete and this is my motivational video. The topic of today's video is don't be embarrassed by the struggle. Up till recently, I was super embarrassed by the struggle. If I failed, yes, the F word, if I failed at anything, I would try and call it anything but failed. I really like the word setback, but people don't seem to understand what it is. But if you fail, yes, even if you fail over and over again, it does not mean you're a failure. In my definition, you're a failure when you stop and you quit and you do nothing in life. That's a failure. A failure is not when you keep going after a goal and even if you miss it and you fail and you fail and you fail again, but you keep getting up and trying and trying and trying and failing and failing and failing. That does not make you a failure. That makes you a badass. Anyway, because that's the stuff I've done. And up till recently, I just recently changed my motivational speech. I do this introduction. It's about 5 minutes long. And I talk about, what I've done to achieve, how my life, and kind of how my life started off to get me to where I am now. And I talk about all my big achievements, right? I talk about, where I got a world record with 7 crossings of the Grand Canyon. I was the 23rd person ever to run a double Badwater in Death Valley, 292 miles with temperatures reaching 135 degrees. So I really stress on those. And I don't talk about my failures because I was embarrassed by them. I don't want to talk about them. Yes, do I keep getting back out there and doing them? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I think when I read that Man in the Arena poem again, after I went up on Denali and I didn't make it for the second time, and I read that Man in the Arena, just like people respect the guy who gets in the arena. He's dirty and dusty and getting his ass kicked, but if he keeps getting in that arena and he keeps getting in that arena and he keeps getting in that arena and he keeps getting in that arena, people respect it, and that's what I've started to embrace is that. And I also learned this thing. I was at a seminar just recently and the guy talked about it. This was a speakers convention, and he talked about how life is like a pendulum and it swings back and forth like this. And on one side is failure. On the other side is success. So this pendulum goes back and forth. And in order to have success over here, you're going to have failure over here. You know who sits in the middle? The people are doing nothing. They don't know failure or success because they do nothing. So in order to get your pendulum to swing over here, it's got to swing over here. And so as I was watching, I was thinking like, wow, I'm really due for a ton of success because let me name my failures. 5 attempts at the English Channel. I haven't made it in 5 tries. I've come close. I made it as far as 20 miles. It's a 21-mile swim. Close, but I've never made it. 5 tries at the Arrowhead 135-mile run in northern Minnesota. It's like the coldest area in the continental U.S. The last time I ran it, minus 50 degrees on the trail. 15 of the 120-something people who were in the race went out with frostbite. I haven't made that in 5 tries. I've made it 100 miles before, but I've never made the 135 miles. Mount Denali in Alaska, I just mentioned it. 2 tries. I made it as high as 14,000 feet. But you know how high Mount Denali is? 20,000 feet. But these things are all like really hard, really cold. They're very, very difficult. And it's, and so I'm embracing it because my pendulum is going boink, boink, boink over here on those things. But yeah, it's going to balance out over here. The pendulum's going to go woo, woo, woo. It's bound to come over here. So I'm teeing it back up. This coming season, I'm going for Arrowhead for the 6th time. I'm taking my 6th shot at Arrowhead, and I'm going back up to Denali to make my 3rd shot at that. Yes, what I consider the world's coldest running race, because -50 is damn cold, and the world's coldest mountain, which can hit -40 with 100-mile-an-hour winds. Anyway, fail. I have 7 failures on those 2 events, but I'm going back for more because I'm embracing my failure, because that pendulum's going to go over here, and when it goes over here, you're going to hit this humongous scream, this big loud yell, because I would really like to finish these things off. But anyway, if you do fail, you need to embrace it, because people respect that you're out there, you're in the arena, you're trying. And even if you get your ass kicked, man, that pendulum, it evens out, man. It's going to come back. It's going to come back, and you're going to accomplish. It's going to be a huge accomplishment when you go back the other way. Anyway, embrace your failures. You got to embrace them, because it means your pendulum is ready to kick ass the other way. It's the law of the universe. Anyway, if you're interested, you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter. If you have a comment or a question, please put it in the YouTube comment section. And if you're interested in me talking to your team, your group, your company, your organization, or you want some information on getting some mental toughness training, please email me at epicbillbradley@gmail.com, and we will get you out some information. Thank you very much.